Hi, welcome to the class. Today we'll do one more chapter of electrostatics, and the name of the chapter is electric potential. So up till now we have done electric charge and electric field. So this is a new part or a new chapter which is electric potential. So electric potential is denoted by symbol V, and this electric potential is defined as work done per unit charge. Okay, so we have a unit charge, work done per unit charge, and this unit charge is the same charge which we have used to calculate the electric field. So this is unit positive test charge. So work done on what? Work done on this unit positive test charge when we are taking up or when we are displacing this unit positive test charge from infinity to a point in an electric field. Okay, so it means you have a charge here q, so its electric field is there, and then we have infinity here and we have unit positive test charge. So what we are doing, we are taking up this unit positive test charge and we are doing work on this unit positive test charge and bringing it up in an electric field of some other charge. So this is how this electric potential is defined. Now if I want to calculate this electric field, this electric potential, then how do I calculate that? So electric potential, which is V, is work done per unit charge. Now SI unit of work is joule, SI unit of charge is coulomb. So this SI unit of this electric potential will be joule per coulomb. This electric potential is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. And now let me tell you a very important thing, and the important part is that if you remember for electric field what I told you, that electric field for a positive charge will be positive and electric field for a negative charge is also positive. It means for in case of electric field we do not consider the charge of the charge particle. If it is a positive charge, we write it the same way. If it is a negative charge, we write it the same way. But that is not the case with electric potential. So negative charge has negative potential. So if I have a minus q charge, its potential will be minus v, and positive charge has positive potential. So if I have a positive q, then potential will be plus v. So this is a very important thing which you need to keep in mind while calculating this electric potential, that negative charge has a negative potential and positive charge has a positive potential. This is very important, but that was not the case for electric field. If you have positive charge, electric field is E. If you have negative charge, electric field will be E, right? So this is what we need to pay attention to. And all right. Now next is something called electric potential we have done, and next is potential difference. So the difference in the potential between 2 points. If you have 2 points, suppose you have A point and B point, and you are carrying a unit positive test charge from this point up till this point, then there will be a difference in the potential between these 2 points, and that potential difference, I am talking about the difference, Vp minus Va will be Wba upon Q naught. So this is electric potential difference. So because of this electric potential difference, charges do move from one point to the other point. It's like having a high pressure region and a low pressure region. So liquid always flows from, or the heat always flows from high pressure to a low pressure, and similarly for heat we have high temperature to low temperature. Similarly for charges we have high potential to low potential. It means charges always flows from high potential to low potential, right? So this was a simple the difference in the potential between 2 points. Now electric field due to a single charge. Electric field due to a single charge is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. This is the electric field due to a single charge. Now what I am going to do, I am going to derive an expression for electric potential due to a single charge. Electric potential due to a single charge. This I am going to derive. So we have a derivation of this part. So electric potential due to a single charge. Electric potential due to a single charge. This we are going to calculate. So very first thing, we have a charge here. This is a point. Let me call this as A. This point is B, and this is R distance. So basically, this charge has an electric field whose effect can be experienced up till point B. Okay, its effect can be experienced up till point B, and then we have infinity here. So we got one charge from infinity, which is unit positive test charge, and so this is O, and this is, let me get PQ. The distance of this point P from the center of this O is P from Q is X, and here we have kept this unit positive test charge. And when we are bringing this unit positive test charge from infinity, we brought it first to point P, and then we brought it this unit positive test charge to Q. So a small displacement was done when we brought it from P to Q, and that was dx. Dx is the small displacement taken place when we brought this unit positive test charge from P to Q, and x is the distance from the charge till point P, and R is the region where the electric field of this charge can be experienced, right? So if I calculate the force between this charge and this charge, so we can use Coulomb's law. Again, I am reminding you, whenever you draw this diagram and you are deriving, you should always write the introductory part. Let us consider a charge Q, then we are bringing a unit positive test charge from infinity, then all the distances you should, so this should be mentioned in your introduction part. So according to Coulomb's law, we all know that F is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q into Q naught upon x square, right? Now, small amount of work done when we got this charge from P to Q, so work done will be F dot dx. As we all know that this charge is a positive charge, this charge is a positive charge, so the force will be acting in this direction. The direction of the force will be like this, but the displacement will be taking in this direction. So as you can see that the force and displacement are taking in opposite direction. So dw is equals to f dx cos theta dot product, and then dw is equals to f dx cos 180. Why 180? Because force is acting in that direction and displacement is taking in this direction, so the angle is 180. Cos 180 is minus 1, this is minus 1, so f dx. So small amount of work done is minus f dx, right? Now we know the value of f, and the value of f is this. So I'll put minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q naught upon x square and then dx. So I have put the value of f from here. Now for total work done, we will integrate this. So integrating dw, integration, and here integration, since we will be integrating this distance x. So basically we started from infinity. So infinity, we started from infinity, and we have to get this charge within the electric field of this charge, and the electric field of this charge is starting from here. So that would be r. So infinity to r minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q naught upon x square, and then we have dx. Now you know that the integration of this will be w is equals to, this whole thing is constant, it will come out integration infinity to r, then you have 1 by x square dx. So integration of this can be done as x to the power n dx is equals to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So I shall remove this now. This I can write as w is equals to minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught infinity to r x to the power minus 2 dx. So now use this minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. When we apply the formula, we remove the integration sign, and it will be x to the power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1, and then infinity to r. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, it will be x to the power minus 1 upon minus 1. This minus, and there was a minus here, this minus and this minus will become positive. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, then 1 upon x, infinity to r, and then infinity to r. Now we will put up the limits. And after putting up the limits, w is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit in place of x, first I will put r because that is the upper limit, 1 upon r minus. Then I put up the lower limit in place of x, minus 1 upon infinity. So w is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. I think I forgot something. So I did not take this q naught outside. It was also there. q naught, q naught, because that was also a constant which was supposed to be taken out. So if you see the previous step, it was like this. I will just do it again so that you can get a reference. Minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q naught upon x square dx. Then we took out this part as common. So then when I integrated it, it was like minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q naught, and then integration of 1 upon x square dx, and then infinity to r. So that's why this step was there, because we took this as common. So q naught 1 upon r will remain like this. This is 1 upon infinity is 0. So this will be q naught 4 pi epsilon naught into r. So this will be the work done when we carry this charge, unit positive test charge, from infinity up to a point in an electric field. Now we all know that electric potential is V is equals to W upon Q naught. So V is equals to W. In place of W, I can write this Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R into Q naught. This goes off. So what I am left with is V is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. This is the electric potential due to a single charge, and electric field due to a single charge is this. So as you can see the difference between these two, this is inversely proportional to R square and this is inversely proportional to R. So electric potential due to a single charge, this is the whole derivation which you should know, because very important derivation and very important result. So V is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. So this was the electric potential due to a single charge. Thank you.